voice from heaven, saying unto them, Come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
All right, first and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS whom rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations, the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And what I want to do, tonight, all right, is get into a lesson, dealing with, judgment, man. All right. I just came across this video, and pretty much, it's Eve receiving a horrible judgment, man. And we coming to a time now where judgment is finna walk the earth down, man. Okay, and it's gonna be headed by Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Okay, and one thing about it, the pride that's in the earth, the rebellion, all right, that's in the earth, and especially towards Israel, whom, was given, a standard on how we should carry ourselves in the earth. And one thing about it is Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, has lifted that standard amongst our people, as the instructions of righteousness, okay, the mindset and what Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai expects, from the Israelite man and woman, has been made known, all right, in the earth. You have the masses of our people, all they do is get more rebellious, all right, and more proud, okay? And it's going to come a time when their pride is going to meet judgment, all right? And we're finna watch this video, and pretty much it's a horrible judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. This was a long, agonizing, all right, embarrassing death, man. Okay? And you can tell by the pictures, which I'll show y'all a picture, that the energy that this woman was in, okay? This Evite, okay? Which they become proud, unrealistically proud in the earth, man. Especially here in America. Now, let's play the video, then we're gonna get some precepts,
Her death inside the Jackson County Jail sparked outrage and suspicion, and now new recordings reveal details about what officers knew of Tanisha Chappelle's deteriorating condition and what they did and what they didn't do about it. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Wave 3 News at 6. I'm John Bull. Shannon Cogan's off tonight. For hours, Chappelle called for help, but she would die not long after finally being taken to the hospital. The Wave 3 News exclusive investigation exposed the surveillance video, and now the calls confirm Chappelle tried to tell him just how serious things were. Wave 3 News troubleshooter Natalia Martinez continues her investigation right now.
In one of the phone calls, Chappelle tells an officer that she's throwing up blood, and that was at 8:43 in the evening. It would take the jail staff 18 hours to call an ambulance, despite the condition she was in. 23-year-old Tanisha Chappelle suffered for hours in the Jackson County Jail, naked, collapsing, hitting her head, covered in her own waste, and begging for help.
Go to the hospital.
To the hospital?
The new calls released by her family's attorney begin at 8:34 p.m. July 15th. That's roughly 20 hours before she died.
I'm throwing up blood.
You're throwing out blood?
Yes, I left it in the toilet so y'all can see. This is my second time. I overlooked it today. The first time, but it's happening again.
Chappelle would call 11 more times.
I need one of the guards to come back here, please. Please. Please help.
What do you need help with? What? What? with your what, your stomach? I mean, I don't know what you want me to do unless you're coughing up something crazy.
Chappelle spent the night throwing up, was told the nurse would see her in the morning. This call at 9:55 a.m. Other inmates called too.
If she needs something, she'll have to hit the button.
Despite the begging her condition and telling them at least 5 times about the blood, Chappelle is dismissed. This last call she makes, asking for a bit of empathy. Those calls were difficult to listen to. No state criminal charges have been filed in this case yet, John.
Okay, it seems odd that this has gone on for so long without knowing the actual cause of death. What do you know about that, and what's next?
It is mysterious because the cause of death was actually undetermined. So now all eyes are on the feds to see if they open up a civil rights violations case. But of course, they don't confirm or deny those kinds of investigations on the record. But we are waiting to see what their next move will be.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right. And you see how Yahweh Shai set that scenario up, okay, for a horrible judgment, man. You see, he put the spirit on them guards to ignore their cry for plea, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is about to make himself known in the earth, man. And that we are all at his mercy. And that's, all right, a major factor that people have forgotten in the earth today. Everyone, is full of pride, and they just act in a way as if there's no consequences. You see? But Yahweh Shai is about to showcase that we are all at his mercy, man. Okay? And as an Israelite, when we come into that understanding, that creates a certain conduct, all right, to avoid falling into the hands, all right, of an angry power, man. Okay? Now, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 39. It says, see, now that I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Yeah, see, she was in the hand of Yahweh Shai. He wanted that judgment to go down just like that, man. Throwing up blood, okay. She's defecating on herself, okay. She's naked, all right. And okay, just let me find this. Let me look at this picture, man. See if I can. I have to go here. Get this picture. Okay. And the energy she was in. Okay, you see this? And you can imagine the energy she walked around the earth with, man. Okay? Now you see this picture here. But then you see that embarrassing death, man, where she's naked. Okay, which the nigga woman loves to, wear these different outfits, exposing herself. Okay, but then what happens? She dies naked, throwing up on herself, and pretty much you can hear she had got to the point where she was so weak she could barely, form a sentence, man. Okay, a horrible, agonizing, embarrassing death, man, and it's gonna be way worse on the mass scale in the times to come. Okay, 23 years old. You see? Okay. How about Shema Shai is about to showcase to the earth, that everyone is at his mercy, man. Okay. Now, is none that can deliver, okay, out of his hand. Now, when you read in the New Living, it says, look, now I myself am he. There is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. No one can be rescued from my powerful hand. You see? And there was no rescue for her because Yahweh Bashim Shai controls every circumstance in the earth, man. And he set up that scenario where she will be helpless, man. Okay? Now, let's get this account real quick. It reminds me of a account when you go to 2nd Maccabees chapter 9 verse 1. It says, now this is dealing with Antiochus, all right, or Antiochus, however you want to say it, all right, this Greek, king. And it's gonna go into how the Most High broke his pride down. He was known for being very prideful, but we're gonna go into how the Most High broke that pride, man. This is 2nd Maccabees 9:1. It says, about that time came Antiochus with dishonor, all right, out of the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis and went about to rob the temple and hold the city, whereupon the multitude running to defend themselves with their weapons put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus being put to flight of the inhabitants returned with shame. So you had, Antiochus pretty much tried to rob the Persians, tried to spoil, their heathen temples. Okay. But he was put to flight. So he was put to an open shame. It says, now when he came to Ecbatana, news was brought him what happened to Nicanor and Timotheus. Yeah, because Nicanor and Timotheus got defeated, okay, by what? The Maccabees, man. They took a L. So Antiochus took a L. His men took a L. So now he's in a rage, okay? It says, then swelling with anger, okay, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore commanded he his chariot man to drive without ceasing and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of the Most High now following him, for he had spoken proudly in this sort that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burying place of Jews. But the Lord Almighty, okay, terrible demon-like power, okay, the power of Israel smote him with an incurable and invincible plague, or as soon as it says, or as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels, okay, that was remediless, which means was incurable, came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. And it says, and that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many strange torments. Okay, howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride, breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews, and commanding, all right, to haste the journey. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, all right, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pain. So he's already experiencing, torment, within his bowels. Okay. And then he's still proud. So the Most High had him to fall out the chariot and have a violent fall to now where he's even in more pain, man. You see? He's in the hand of a living power, man. There's judging him, okay, for his behavior in the earth, man. All right? And it says, and thus, and thus he did a little afore thought he might command the ways of the sea. So proud was he beyond the condition of man. So it said just a little afore, just moments earlier, this man pride was through the ceiling where he thought he could command the ways of the sea. Okay? And you see the energy of our people, especially the nigga woman, okay, has an unrealistic pride about themselves, man. And that's finna be met with judgment. It said, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weigh the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground and carried in a horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest, all right, power of the Most High. Yeah, this is a show. The Most High is showcasing power, man. Bringing someone that was way up here, all right. Now he's being carried. He can't even walk. Okay, he's being carried in someone else's power, man. It says, and the men that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry his intolerable stink. Yeah, so he was starting to rot out so bad that the men that was carrying him, they couldn't even tolerate it, man. These same men who thought this man was like a god, man. You know, and the Most High is finna do that on a major level, man, in the earth, man. Yeah, how about Shemal Shah about to do this on a major level, especially in America, man? People think Esau, okay, is a god. People look at the nigger woman as some type of deity, you know? But when we see the judgment just open up, man, you know, it's gonna be a showcase of power, and it's gonna be some statements made, man. And it says, he therefore being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of the Most High. His pain increasing every moment. The Most High can make your pain increase every moment of the wakening day. Okay? He can make your pain increase for 2 months straight, man. You feeling more pain than you felt 10 seconds ago. The next 10 seconds, you feeling more pain than, and you still alive, man. You see? Man. Man. I don't want no part, man. You know? I don't want no part, man, of the Lord's indignation, man, that righteous anger, man. I pray to fall in the hands of mercy. It says, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words. It says, it is meet to be subject unto the Most High, and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as if he were the Most High. Okay? So you see what? This pride is being broken down. Okay? Now, let's go to verse 18. It says, but for all his pains, but for all this, because pretty much he started pleading, you know, saying he'll be a Jew, and, you know, he gonna do good to, you know, to Israel and all these different things. But no, you know, the judgment was set, and the Most High wasn't repenting from this, man. And it says, but for all this, his pains would not cease, for the just judgment of the Most High was come upon him. Therefore, despairing, all right, of his health, he wrote unto the Jews a letter underwritten, containing the form of a supplication after this manner. You see, broke them all the way down. The same people that he's saying that he's finna make, all right, their dwelling a burial ground. Okay, now, all right, he's trying to show as much favor to them as within his power, man. You know, and the Most High didn't let up on him. He killed that nigga, man. You see? And it's going to be the case for a lot of our people, all right, in these coming times, man. And I end it here. You see? But there were 18 hours, man. She throwing up blood, you know, in her own blood, in her own, you know, waste. Embarrassing death, man. Now, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 7. And this is going to be the case, all right, for a lot of Israelites in the coming future, man. At least, you know, they repent. Okay, this is Zechariah 7 and 12. It says, yeah, they made their hearts, their minds as an adamant stone, least they should hear the law and the words which the Lord Yahweh Shema of hosts have sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts. Therefore it is come to pass that as he cried, and they would not hear, so they cried, and I would not hear, said the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, man. You see? And you can see in that video, she was crying out, and it was just seemed like the Most High just made it fall on deaf ears, man, while he was judging her, man. You know, and it's going to be a case for millions of Israelites, man. You know, tens of millions of Israelites throughout the earth, man. Okay, are going to be in a situation where their cries are going to fall on deaf ears as they're being judged, man. Okay, by the Almighty, man. You know, so I just want to put that out, man. I seen that, I was like, damn. You know, 18 hours of just agonizing pain, and you know, just seeing her strength dwindle. You know, as the night went on. Okay, she fell into the hands of a living power, and she fell into the hands of his indignation and not his mercy, man. You know, so Lord will you brothers, you know, you few souls edified. Till the next time I say shalom.